Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, if you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. Today we're going to be talking about the Dad Challenge podcast again because I was made aware of a clip of him admitting that when he was in the church, he helped cover up an SA. Yes, you heard that right. He helped cover it up. He didn't report it. He didn't do anything. He followed along with the church wanted him to do. And then now what? He's trying to expose it when he did his pastor series for views to expose them. Yet when he was there, he didn't expose anything. Let's take a look at the clip and then we'll come back. This is crazy, you guys.
There are so many secrets inside churches around the US and Canada you'll never know about. Because they'll keep it secret until they can no longer keep it secret. They will. In the church that I just served at, I think about 3 or 4 months before I was fired, could have been a little bit longer than that, there was a youth leader in our church, an adult youth leader, male, okay? Nobody at that church to this day probably knows this, but he SA'd a student, okay? Was asked to step down. We sat down at a leadership meeting, okay? Where the lead pastor, no, the executive pastor, the guy who was supposed to sell the shit, because then the lead pastor can have, plausible deniability, okay? Where he said, look, this went down in this leadership meeting, told all the staff that this had happened. And if anybody from the media comes and talks to you, you don't say a word. We were threatened.
Let me get this straight, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, piece of shit. You knew about a child being SA'd, and unfortunately I have to say SA because YouTube likes to demonetize everything, which is ridiculous. But this piece of garbage sat there and heard about an SA and didn't say anything, helped cover it up. Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? This is disgusting.
Don't you dare say a word. You ignore it, you send them to me. I'm probably going to do a whistleblow on that. I want to get to the bottom of it because that was all we ever heard of that, even as a staff. And I'm sure it's happened multiple times at this church, and it has in the past, okay? But why would...
Oh, so at the time of this video, now that he wants to get clicks and views and attention, now he wants to whistleblow. Wow. And yeah, and it most likely kept happening. And guess what, people? Josh played a part in more children being able to get SA'd. He played a part in that. Because if he had reported it and an investigation could have been opened at that moment, yep. So if any other children got assaulted after this, it's his fault.
Why would they not tell people? Because they don't want people to leave, right? That's a secret that so many churches have held onto. Catholic church, churches in general. The SAing and assaults that go on with kids and people in general all over the place, it's in the millions and millions and millions. It's a place where predators will go to be a part of because they have access to kids. And a lot of them grew up in the world of church where sex was always a bad thing, and it's always been, like Josh Duggar, people like that, they grew up in that type of world. And so they become it's really weird. It's almost like groomed predators, turn into predators who then attack and do this to other kids.
Let's remember, everybody, in his pastor series, he's only exposing things like this because he's salty now that he got fired. Let's think about if he had never gotten fired. He would have taken that secret to the damn grave. That guy was just let go with no repercussions, and he could have went on to other places to assault more children. This is the man who fights for children. Covered up a child being assaulted by a man. Disgusting. I didn't even know about this or catch it, or I would have spoken about this already. And I can't believe his followers are okay with this and didn't call him out on it. You guys are all disgusting too. You are supporting a man that covered up the SA of a child. Do you know how sick that is? Do you understand? Do you comprehend?
So that was one big thing happened. And people who go to my church who are watching this might not know that. But there was a kid, and that happened, and all he was asked to do was step away. That's it. I don't know. I'm sure the police got involved. I'm sure it all did really go down. But nobody knew. Nobody knows to this day what happened. Because the church keeps that shit silent. They keep the scandals silent. And churches should never keep scandals silent.
Is he really telling people not to keep these scandals silent when he stayed silent? When he did nothing? No reporting, no exposing. Why didn't he expose it then? Why would he continue to stay with a church that wanted to cover that up? Because he's a piece of shit. And all he cared about was his position and his fame and popularity in the church. And then when they kicked him to the curb, then he wanted to expose something like that. Of course, on YouTube, to get views and attention and monetize it, collect a GoFundMe to sue the church, which he did. This guy gets worse and worse every day. The fact that this guy endangers children and he's the leader of a movement trying to protect kids is completely outrageous. I don't even know what to say. This video is not even going to be that long. It's last minute because I literally just found this out. And I cannot believe it. I knew he was bad, but it's like, do people not even catch this? Like, do people not even notice the things he says? Are you all okay with him covering up a child being assaulted like that and then using it to his advantage to whistleblow? Why isn't he reporting it still? Why isn't he going to the police? Oh, well, he's like, oh, I don't know. They could have went to the police. Why didn't you go to the police, you stupid piece of shit? You are a disgusting trash human. And I know that might sound harsh, but I don't give a shit. He's gross piece of garbage down the street. Horrible, horrible man. Imagine him letting a P who assaulted a child at his church go free. I can only imagine how many more child victims there are after that. And Josh is directly at fault. Him and his group of church people who wanted to cover it up. He didn't have to cover it up. He could have reported it, exposed it, something. He could have done something. But he didn't care because he doesn't really care about kids. Is that not obvious already? I really hope at the very least it's pretty obvious by now that he doesn't give two shits about children at all. He never has, and he never will. He's a fraud, a hypocrite, a liar, and somebody who protected and covered up a P. He is the last man on earth who should be fighting to save kids. Straight up. And you know what? I am open to everyone's opinions, but if any of his fans, you assholes, come into my comments sticking up for him doing this, I'm not going to be nice to you. Okay, so don't even bother because I will cuss you the hell out. Don't even come in my comments sticking up for this piece of garbage. He is one of the worst, and I will not stop calling him out. Other creators will not stop calling him out. And he better not strike me because I will appeal it and I will win. He is not going to silence me or any other creator. He can have fun trying. So, I know this video was kind of ranty, but I just was really upset about this. See you guys in my next video.